Yeah, hi, what is going on, Emmett's Army? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever it is that you're celebrating, and that's cool. I just wanted to share this video with you because it truly is so special. What is Santa's Little Hackers? I'm going to let Nikki explain that to you a little later. I am so excited to share with you what this holiday season has been for Emmett. It's not that we've done anything super special specifically. However, the fact that Emmett has a rare disease called Krabbe, which affects his nervous system, he's 3.5, almost 4 years old now. Most kids pass away from this disease, 90% before the age of 2. The fact that he is just even around shows how special this holiday truly is. It gives us parents the opportunity for him to experience all the things that we experienced while growing up. What parent wouldn't want their child to experience those things? So we've been trying to get Emmett out of the house as much as possible. It is cold and flu season, so there's some things we have to avoid and be careful of because his lung health is very important. Stick around towards the end because there is this super precious moment I'm going to include that I want you to see about how Jackson and Emmett actually communicate together. It's so precious. Emmett hasn't talked for over 2 years now, but he is so precious because he actually does communicate, and Jackson knows how to do that. I'm so tired right now. It's literally 3 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve right now. I guess Christmas morning. Jackson's actually sleeping behind me right now underneath the Christmas tree, which is so funny. It's just the only time to make these videos. I don't know why this always happens. So let's get into it. Let's go back to Thanksgiving. Emmett only eats really by tube feedings. And because of that, anytime he gets to eat something by mouth is very special. It gives him the opportunity to taste something.
We are having some Thanksgiving dinner.
It's our family tradition to go and get a Christmas tree on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So we took Emmett out into the freezing cold, bundled him up, and and he actually went off-road. His nurse, Belen, did a great job of dealing with all of the potholes and everything, and not potholes, there's it's not paved, obviously. But we had a great time. Then there was an opportunity for us to go to what's called a sensory Santa. It's basically a private event that you can sign up for that allows you to have the same experience you would like at the mall or something, but without all the noise and without the line. Emmett really enjoyed that, and I know that Jackson did too. We of course took Emmett to go see his brother in his Christmas play. Jackson's only in kindergarten, but he did a great job.
Wow, look in the sky. It looks like the clouds are glowing. And look at that. It looks like a huge warrior made out of light. What is it? What does it mean? I'm afraid. Don't be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy for all people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. You'll find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger.
And as parents, it's such a blessing to be able to bring Emmett to these things, but at the same time, it does kind of hurt because, you want Emmett to be able to actually be involved in doing these things directly. So we try and stay positive, even though this disease that he has is horrible. It's a terrible condition, and we want to do everything we can to prevent this from happening to other families, not only here in Oregon, but in all 50 states. Watch more later coming up in 2020 for the work that we're doing to help other families. Speaking of families, a big part of the holidays for us is being able to spend time with other family members. We know that Emmett loves the attention as well. So we went over to my parents' house and did some baking. Speaking of baking, we love to bake here at our house as well, so we made some cookies and some fudge.
So, we are making chocolate fudge. And look how this chocolate fudge is going to be made. And we're going to have a white sugar Christmas.
Emmett can't necessarily be involved directly in all of those things. Oftentimes he's very tired and he'll fall asleep on the couch. It just depends on the day. Sometimes he has a lot of seizures, which makes him even more tired. And then of course the kids get to open up presents, which of course we love giving gifts to them, and they love opening them, of course.
There's no way he's losing.
One of my favorite memories is going to church on Christmas Eve. Thanks for checking all this out. Don't forget to stay tuned towards the end, where you get to see a super special moment between Emmett and Jackson.
Hey, Emmett's Army, happy holidays and Merry Christmas. We are so excited for the holiday season. We just love Christmas around here. Took a little while for Dad to get on board, but he's all Christmassy spirited now. So,
In my defense, never mind. We'll save that for another time.
We just have so much fun with the boys doing all things Christmas related, getting a Christmas tree, decorating, and all of that stuff. So we try to include Emmett in as much of that as possible. And since he's not able to see anymore, things like touching and smelling, those kinds of things help him to interact with his world and just be a part of the family. So speaking of being part of the family, we actually get this question a lot around the holidays and around his birthday is, well, what can I get Emmett? Or we don't have any ideas, like what would he like? And so initially that was something that we also struggled with, was trying to figure out what he would enjoy for a gift and to unwrap a present. And like I said, tactile things are very stimulating for him. So, things like Play-Doh or like really big jumbo crayons that he can actually get his fist around. and slime and sand and all that kind of stuff. Just things that he can really feel and touch and understand with his and interact with his environment is great. But another thing that we are really excited about this year is that I actually saw on Always Aniston's Facebook page, thank you, Risa, that there is a company out there called Santa's Little Hackers, I think, or Secret Hackers or something along those lines. Santa's Little Hackers. So they take applications up until a certain point of the year, and depending on how many donations of toys they get, they will adapt a toy to kids with special needs. So essentially, if a child is able to do some kind of voluntary movement and activate something called a switch, Emmett has a proximity candy corn switch. It's called a candy corn because of the shape and color, I'm guessing. But basically, he just has to get close to it. He doesn't actually have to press a button. But if he gets close enough to it, it'll activate the switch, which will in turn activate whatever toy or item that he is playing or interacting with. He has the school that he goes to has a few of these that he likes to play with. He loves things like the fan because it blows air and he can feel that. And he loves things that play music or talk to him because he can still hear and process what he's hearing. So all of those things are really good. And we got our application in at the very last minute, and I think they place a priority on first-time kiddos, and we actually just got our Switch-adapted toy, which is it's called Octavius, the Storytelling Owl, and he will read fairy tales, things like Hansel and Gretel and Rapunzel and the Ugly Duckling, things like that. So, yeah, we're excited to see Emmett open it and play with it, and we hope you are excited too. So come check us out, say hi, and thank you for joining Emmett's Army. Please think about subscribing and being a part of our journey.
Hey Emmett, when it's going to be Christmas, there might be some presents under the tree for you. And I can open the presents for you, buddy. And the card too. If there's a sticker or a card down, open it. Yes. Yeah.
Hang on, so I feel like I have to explain something here. It's really subtle, and a lot of people probably miss it because you don't really even know what to look for. But Jackson does, and he's very smart. He's very in tune to what Emmett's saying. Basically, Emmett blinks once for yes and 2 for no, and on very rare occasions, 3 times for I love you. What Jackson saw is that Emmett said yes to confirm what it was a positive thing that Jackson was saying.
Or a card down, open it. Yes.
If you go back and watch the video again, you'll actually see Jackson continually looking at Emmett's eyes, waiting for that response to see what he's going to say, if it's going to be a yes or a no. I just love to see them talk together. It's so special. It's so unique. It's like, where else do you see brothers communicate like that? So it's a very special thing that we get to experience by having someone as special as Emmett. And as usual, thank you so much for joining. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Hello there. I'm going to read you some of my favorite fairy tales. Are you ready? Let's get started. This one is called Hansel and Gretel.